The reason why y'all want Black Americans to be affected by ICE so bad is because y'all are still convinced that we are immigrants, and we are not. We are not. We've been here for over 400 years, and for most of us, our ancestors have been here even before the slave trade.
A lot of people got mad at me when I said this is not black people's fight and that we are on a couch for a reason. And I just want to remind you guys of something. This is a projection of the 2024 presidential election exit polls. And when I say this is not black people's fight, I say that because 85% of black people voted for this not to happen. And when you look at all the other races, you can tell that there's a significant amount of votes that could have stopped this from happening. When I said that y'all wasn't out there fighting for us, I'm not talking about the 41% of Wh1te people. I'm not talking about the 52% of Hispanic Latino, the 54% of Asian, the 42% of POCs. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the 57% of Wh1te people that voted for this and the 2% of Wh1tes that voted for somebody completely else. I'm talking about the 46% of Hispanic Latino people that voted for this. 46%, that's dang near 1 in every 2 Hispanics who voted for this. I'm talking about the 39% of Asians. That is a significant amount for this projection. This other is POCs, and this is what gets me is that y'all lump black people and POCs together. No, we are not together. 54% of POCs voted for this. 54%, that is literally 1 in every 2 POC who voted for that. And don't get me wrong, there's not words created to show how bad I feel about everything that's going on right now. And even though I'm saying this is not our fight, I'm still doing everything I can to show the injustices of what's going on right now. But to say that there aren't enough black people out there protesting right now is absurd to me because we've been fighting, we've been trying to tell you guys about the injustices of what's going on, and you guys are just now seeing it. So yeah, I still stand on what I said, that black people need to be on the couch and this is not our fight.
So just because black people decided not to give free labor to anybody, everyone is upset, and they are calling black Americans lazy for not giving free labor, for not coming out to, put their bodies on the line. Every one of you is furious about it. Make it even make sense. Well, guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So I came across this on my FYP and I'm going to let them roll. Then I'll come back with more commentary. Please do well to like and subscribe, and credit belongs to original creators of these videos. Let me know what you all think in the comment section as we watch together. Let's go watch.
One of the most difficult and exhausting things about being black in this country, but especially during times like this, is seeing how frequently you stand alone when you ride for everybody else. Black people voted in the greatest percentage against Trump, and even though he ran on deportations in all 3 of his campaign cycles, which still isn't affecting black people, we still showed the most support against him and those policies. Deportation doesn't affect us, and still we voted against him and his policies, knowing that they would affect everyone else more than us. We literally rode for y'all harder than you rode for yourselves. Yet so many of you have spoken up against every pro-black safety, empowerment, civil rights, peace movement that we've had, at least in my lifetime. And don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of you who supported, and you already know I'm not talking to or about you. I'm talking about people like the Latinos that voted for Trump and sang songs about it, and then when their abuelas got deported are like, well, where are the black people standing up for us? The where's Kamala crowd? The group that still listens to this administration of idiots and somehow blames Barack Obama for shit that's going on right now. So consistently, this country has shown black people that being black means to be in everyone else's corner but have no one in yours. And the most frustrating part remains the reality, the knowledge that we're going to still keep fighting, not just for you, but for us as well, because we know that injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And if one of us isn't free, then none of us are free, despite how frustrating it is for us that y'all can't get that through your fucking skulls.
So apparently there's a wave of Latinos and white people who feel like the black people are not standing up with them, that we should be doing more to stand with them. And I don't know, I'm down to go protest, but I don't think people realize that we got a walking target on our back. And we've done a lot already. So maybe it's time for everybody else to stand up and let us rest for a second. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes down to it, I will get on the line with you, but it's time for us to rest. We've been fighting and fighting and fighting for centuries and centuries and centuries. That don't mean we don't stand with you. We are so grateful that you are standing up for what's right. But just know that even if we're not standing beside you, the only reason is because of our safety. Does that make sense? So no, we're not lazy or anything like that. We're tired. And it's time for others to stand too.
You black American are lazy. You guys don't take advantage of none of the opportunity that's over in America. Okay, so I think we've all heard this before. It's nothing new. I really feel like a lot of black immigrants have a very shallow view of America. It's like this is just the land of milk and honey, where if your goal ain't to become a multimillionaire and at some point, and send a bunch of money back home to your relatives, then there's no, this country has no purpose. And if you're a natural born, you're here from generation upon generation, and this is all you know, you don't view America that way. This is our home. This is not just a quick lick. But I'm gonna give y'all a different perspective on why I think they don't understand certain things that happen in America, outside of the obvious, which they don't understand that we don't get the same resources that they get when they come over here. We don't get access to the same things in the loans, and especially if they come over as a refugee, they get free housing, free food, help finding jobs. They get everything that they could possibly need when they get over here, right? So that's a hell of a head start, especially if you ain't got to pay rent. You don't have a lot of extra money if you ain't got to pay that. My rent $2,000. So if my rent was $100, I'd be able to do a hell of a lot more. But outside of that, another perspective that I think what they're not seeing is that if you're coming from a third world nation, right? Let's say you only in your country you have one or two big cities that are developed. The rest of the country is undeveloped. Most people don't have running water, don't have plumbing, electricity, internet. They don't really have access to a lot of like things that we would consider to be normal and basic. They don't have access to those things. So when they come over here and they see people who are not hustling, trying to make $1 million, they see people who they would view as being lazy, because that's the only people that they compare themselves to. They don't compare themselves to the top 10% of Black America. They only compare themselves to the bottom like 5% of America. But when they look at that and they go, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? Why would they not do everything they can to hustle and make $1 million? They just see this. They see America as strictly just this money-making system machine where they're just supposed to extract from the system and send it back to home, because home is not America. They don't even see how anybody could view America, this political country, this systematic country, as being a place that people could consider home and actually have any love or pride in. Home is somewhere else. America is just the bag, and then you send the bag back home. We don't see America that way because it's our home. We have never been destitute to the point of not having electricity, not having running water, not having plumbing, not having food, not having clean water. That's just not a reality for 99.9% of Americans. Even our worst of the worst, the homeless people still get homeless shelters. They can still sleep somewhere at night. They still have access to free food. They can still panhandle, and people are giving money. So even the most destitute still have access to the things that they need to survive. And that will create complacency in some people. I don't have another country to compare my life to. I have always had everything that I needed. I've never lived without electricity, without plumbing, without running water, without warm water, without internet ever since internet existed. I've never lived without anything that I would consider to be a necessity. Never. Do not have that experience at all, and don't even personally know anybody with that experience. So now, while I may not be complacent and just not wanting more, I want more out of life, but everybody isn't necessarily going to be that way. And I think that they think that we're supposed to view America the same way that they view America, but I can't view America the same way that an immigrant does, because I'm not an immigrant. I'm actually from here, from generation upon generation. I can't view another country as my home the way that they can. And I feel like a lot of Black immigrants especially just don't seem to understand that. They seem to think that as a Black American, we're supposed to idolize somebody else's country or somebody else's culture and want to adopt that for ourselves. But why would I do that? There's nothing that another country culturally has that I want. I've never really gone without anything that I needed. So I never had a reason to look outside of myself and have a desire for any of that. And I think that they just don't get it, and they never will. And that's okay. But I just wanted to say that.
Most of the things that white people are actually experiencing right now, Black folks have been there over and over. They have experienced every one of them. And the reason why a lot of them are actually not happy right now with Black folks is the fact that they have never been here. They have never experienced half of what Black folks are currently experiencing. They have never had to, push for anything in their life. They are shocked that, Black folks could, keep silent, watch every other thing, watch everybody, go through whatever thing they're going through and not mind at all. That's their shock. They don't even believe it themselves. They never believe that a time will come where Black folks will decide to let everybody just be. Let everybody just face their self, face their community, and face their fears and face their fight. They didn't believe that. They thought that Black people will always stand in the gap for them, because Black people have actually seen everything. They have experienced all of these things happening right now is not new to them. They've experienced Jim Crow, they've experienced slavery, they've experienced whatever, call it, you name it. They have tasted poverty. And for them to decide to stay silent right now is because they know exactly what they turn out to be. It will come back to them. So the best will be to focus on building their community and not trying to fight for people who didn't even take time to listen when they want them. So every one of them now saying that Black people are lazy because you guys are just gaslighting them. You're just trying to gaslight Black folks because they have refused to, put their bodies on the line or stand in the gap for you guys. No, it's not like they're lazy. The fact remains that you guys are the architect of whatever thing that you are currently experiencing. And these people have never had to lift a finger. So them lifting a finger right now is making them look like, oh, we are actually struggling. That's not even half of what Black folks have ever gone through in their life. So when Black folks decide to stay out of your problem, it's not that they don't like you guys. It's the fact remains that they just want to stay safe. They want to play safe because they know where all of these things is heading to. Some people say, oh, they want to declare martial law when we come out and all of that. Black folks understand the assignment. They know exactly what will happen. They know this game that they are trying to play. So for some of you who are out there, getting angry at Black Americans for not coming out and calling them lazy, calling them this, you are just gaslighting, and they understand that. So it doesn't even shake them that you call them whatever name that you choose to call. The truth remains that they have decided not to show up for any reason for you guys. So the best thing is for everybody to focus on their community. And I love the fact that they have chosen themselves over any other person. Because for years, they have chosen every other person, forgetting and neglecting themselves. And this period, they have chosen their own community other than any other person. And I am happy for them. You should too. Anyway, guys, let me know what you all think in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of this video. See you all on my next. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you, and do well to like and subscribe. Bye, guys.